Welcome to the Enrichment Room. Thank you for volunteering for the dog enrichment shift here at Cincinnati Animal Care Humane Society. Enrichment is so important for the animals here at the shelter. Keeping the dogs busy physically and mentally is what makes a happy and healthy dog. When you volunteer to build enrichment or distribute enrichment, you're also helping out our animal care staff by taking this responsibility off their plate and giving them more time to do their other responsibilities, such as caring for the animals and keeping their kennels clean. If you're here to pass out enrichment only and don't plan on signing up for an enrichment building shift, or you plan on watching this video once you do sign up for one, feel free to grab the white binder on top of the fridge and flip through to the How to Distribute tab to see how to give out the enrichment item that you are scheduled to give out. You'll be giving out whatever enrichment item was made the day before, so take a look at the schedule on the fridge to see what that was. The white binder on top of the fridge gives you specific instructions on how to build each of the enrichment activities. You can either stuff Kongs, make lick mats, or make popsicles. All three of these enrichment activities have a wide variety of products that can be used in or on them. In the binder, you'll find step-by-step directions on how to build each enrichment and ideas of what products you can use with each enrichment activity. In order to choose what activity to do, you'll take a look at the calendar on the fridge. Check out what enrichment was built the day before so you make sure not to repeat the same thing. For example, if lick mats were made the day before that you volunteered, you should not make lick mats that day. Another thing you can do is take a look and see if other enrichment activities are available to be made. For example, take a look and see if Kongs are clean, and if so, then you can stuff Kongs. Whatever activity you decide to make, please write it down on the calendar, including what products you used in your activity. This way, the same products aren't used the next day. For example, if someone did lick mats the day before you and noted that they used pumpkin on their lick mats, you should not use pumpkin again the next day, as this would not be good for the dog's stomach. Using peanut butter, however, is okay to use back to back, though. It is really just the pumpkin to look out for. Here's the shelf in the enrichment room that holds all our products that you are able to use when building. You'll notice we have a constant rotation of different treats and food on this shelf since all of these are donations. You can really be as creative as possible. In the binder, I do give you ideas of what you can use from this shelf. We typically have training treats, which are smaller treats that can easily be put into the Kong, either whole or you can break them in half. And you can also stick these on lick mats to give some texture. You'll also see wet food, which you can use to smear a little bit on the lick mats. Peanut butter is always used to plug Kongs closed and can also be used on lick mats as well. It's always a favorite of the dogs. There's typically always fresh food as well, which can be used to stuff in Kongs. Pumpkin is also available to smear on lick mats. Just make sure it's a small, thin layer, as too much pumpkin can hurt a dog's stomach. The idea of the Kong is to have something loose in the Kong that the dog can work to get out, and the peanut butter and bone plugging the hole is what they have to work through in order to get to the treats inside. The idea of a lick mat is to keep the dog focused on licking the mat until it is clean. The idea of a popsicle is a tasty cold treat that the dogs have to work on breaking apart since it is frozen. You can be creative with what we have in the enrichment room. If you are questioning using something, feel free to ask any associate that you see for advice. All dog enrichment shifts are set up in the system so one volunteer can volunteer at a time. If you'd like to volunteer with a fellow approved volunteer friend in order to build enrichment, please email the volunteer coordinator and you'll get set up appropriately. Feel free to listen to any music or podcast from your phone while building enrichment as well if you'd like. Thank you again for volunteering for dog enrichment. And remember, if you do have any questions while building or distributing enrichment, Feel free to ask the volunteer coordinator, or you can ask any associate that you see on property for advice. Thank you again.